like a gorilla on a mission. Nigga must have forgot. When I seen him, I got right on him. Like the metro, hopped right on him. Nigga went to sleep and woke up brand new on. No caption, this facts, I immediately cut ties on him. Kept it 100 times 7. All the time with him, blowing fire la la off the sunroof ride with him. At 7 a.m., I'm on, wiring the block. Damn near about to still run that nigga down and put the mouth on. Always put myself in position of where the money at. I put niggas slide to the bag, never ask for a bag. Boy, I hang with troops, killers, gorilla, this way. Whole pack of around the flying private players. Niggas start passing, not noticing how you looking at. Same team, nigga, if I'm winning, you supposed to be happy. Been broke most of the time, I'm ass brand new. Kept the big tree trunk, knock a nigga lung loose. Something in the water, cause they read truth. Step, breaking bread, sipping wine, hallelujah. Breaking bread, sipping wine, hallelujah. Breaking bread, sipping wine, hallelujah. Break this sound like that Snoop Dogg, P-Side, Pendy, Crenshaw, Sliding, JD, Lil B, D, S.O., Remind from Ethiopia, G-Ball, JoJo. But myself, nigga, it's all or nada. If them niggas talking money, then let's cha-cha. Roll around in that hog pen with that yah-yah. Damn, they're rich out of town off that wah-wah. Get out. Talk too much and my local gonna draw down and get on. That you heard it to the grapevine. Stupid. Stupid. Talk a lot, but what you talking for? Jesus Christ! Niggas talking just to talk, just be quiet. Tree trunk jumping and this will start a riot. He's only one of them niggas, but he was mine. John King, I promote the violence. Sideways out that bitch suicide. Sweating on the tears outside slide. Limo pits, they don't even know who drive. Chatty pattern, goofy niggas, killing his eye. Drop knock and socked out the line. Pop up, I ain't talking, I'm a surprise. Send a shot, two niggas like them lights. Two types of crazy, it's nothing like it. Bust down like Kimbo. Mr. Peachy, wet, give him something to hate for. Don't ask for shit, how can I be ungrateful? Falling so hard, I broke my ankle. Falling so hard, I broke my motherfucking ankle. Kobe Bryant at the table. And there went with the name from so very hello. She didn't talk much, but boy did she. Boy did she. Well, hello. Miyaki Wasabi, garlic shrimp with Indio. Versace Arrows and cookies, I smell like mud, sweat. 28 Savage, 25 for 38, top back, Miyaki Wasabi. Miyaki Wasabi. Frank Lucas at that nice fight with that thing on. And both Eddie Honda, Queens, wrist, it belongs. Wax on, bust the back off her brain like down by the see the sun blink down, pop the top off the stick. Earth flow, hard rock with the box on that bed. Knocked in the room, I got a mop in that bitch. That Harlem night drip, with that 3-piece cocaine in that bitch. Kerosene dip. Through the air, Tommy was sort of Mr. Jesson. Nigga, if I got it, big niggas don't get it. Elevated in the game, all the niggas got the push, cause the purple game, cause the Lakers. Elevated in Yeah, I like how they just got the kush color, purple same color, like it. That was crazy. Hey, y'all know what it is. Y'all know who it is, man. It's your boy Pharaoh the guy, always on the job. I got five. Let's talk. And as always, it's real talk. And it's that time again. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another motherfucking friend. Share, like, and subscribe. Don't hide. Because it don't cost you nothing to touch that button. The buttons ain't got no teeth, so just go ahead and reach. Support the channel. Support your boy. And above all, support the movement. Welcome to another episode of I Got Five Let's Talk, where we keep it fair like a California bear. We California bears, not California raisins, because we ain't doing no hate. And that's just what it is, man. Thank y'all for rocking with another episode of I Got Five Let's Talk. I appreciate y'all tuning in and rocking with the program, rocking with the platform, rocking with the podcast, uh, and being here, man. You know, a lot of stuff wouldn't come if it wasn't for y'all. So shout out to y'all, man, for always doing what needs to be done. Um, Today's episode, you see, is the Dr. Umar report, and a lot of people have been, how can I say, have been kind of like over exaggerating the fact. Some people have said that I spoke the other day from a place of going through a personal situation with my children's mother, and I projected that onto Dr. Umar and what he's going on, what he has going on. But I don't really believe so. And it was a woman. It was a woman that said that. Um, and what I mean by it was a woman that said that. Just to clarify, nowadays, just like me and the sister was having to talk about the Dr. Umar situation, and I was telling her like, a lot of these females are bitter. You know, a lot of them don't get, like, they're like babies. They don't get what they want, so then it becomes a problem. Um, she of course didn't agree with it. She of course said that she found no no factual relation to that. When it has been proven time and time and time again that these women in these days and time now, these women are doing the same thing that they have always, I wouldn't say always done, but what they are becoming accustomed to now. And that is, if you don't agree to what I'm saying, if you don't feel what I'm saying, if you have a belief or a thought pattern that goes against the female mindset of today, you're going to always be wrong. No matter what, you're going to always be wrong. And a lot of people might say, well, how is that? Why is that? If you look at these women today, you will see it is not about what we can do with each other or what we can do for each other, but it's always what you can do for me. I am the victim. You victimized me, or somebody victimized me, but I have a mindset that you need to. They have a mindset that we must adjust to, and it's crazy. And it's crazy. Um,
Now, a lot of people might say, well, how does this have to do, or what does this have to do with Dr. Umar and his daughter? Reason being, and a lot of people not gonna get it. A lot of people not just gonna sit up here and understand what I'm saying. She's 22 years old. So let's just start there. But before we move on into that, it is something that I would like to play concerning the hatred of Dr. Umar. And this is what, just like Kevin Samuels, Kevin Samuels was somebody that was telling them the truth about themselves. But yet everybody wanted to ask Kevin Samuels, why you not married? Why you ain't got no wife? Why this? Why that? Instead of looking at the message, they look at the bearer of the message. And then when they look at the bearer of the message, they try to break down that messenger. But why? It's the same thing that has happened times and times again throughout history on a religious level. On a religious level. On a religious level, people have been told time and time again that was bearing the message that they were crazy. They always try to look for fault in that person. And I'm not saying Dr. Umar is no prophet or no messenger. But what I am saying is the bearer of good news. He is a bearer of good news, and yet still people want to take him down. It is not the message, even though the message is flawless. The message is flawless. It becomes about the person. So now the message is lost. The message is lost because people just want to attack Dr. Umar for the fact of something that he did that is wrong. That as he being a black man, I feel he should have went a little bit further than what he did. I don't know how far he went, but also, when a man says we need to sit down with your mother and talk about the truth in an entirety, that means somewhere down the line, somebody has not been giving up the truth. Um, and again, it's not becoming about the message. Let's get this in our brain. It is not the message that Dr. Umar is bringing, but yet it is his character. If the message outweighs the character, who do you really listen to then? Because now you're going to allow yourself to be caught up by somebody's character instead of by what somebody is telling you. So let's get right into this hatred comment that I'll break down about how uh, they say Dr. Umar isn't fit enough to lead anyone. Let's go.
Toxicants. Be clean. You're not using toxicants. Be clean. Clean of mind, spirit, and body. You don't hear Umar doing any of that. Because if you look at Umar
First of all, well, I'm going to run it.
body, does Umar live in a healthy body or does he live in a fat body? Dr. Umar is Chris Christie. He is the fat governor of New Jersey running for president. How can you manage the people when you can't even manage your calorie intake? Whereas you see me, trim, young, slim, fast like a greyhound, I'm immortal. Of course they hate that. They want some fat fool leading you. I don't trust fat people. It's ridiculous. Like, bro needs to start managing his goddamn waistline before he starts trying to manage the affairs of black people. How could you trust a man that is effeminate? To be gluttonous is to be undisciplined. To be gluttonous is to have the chest of a woman. You trust, you want to, do not you.
Not now, not one of this dude is not talking about the message at all. And this is a prime example of how people are attacking Dr. Umar right now because of what he is going through with his personal life. With his personal life. He says, now do not use intoxicants. Have we seen Dr. Umar smoking marijuana? Have we seen Dr. Umar drinking alcohol and being drunk? Have we seen Dr. Umar being at a bar or coming out of a liquor store with alcohol in his bag? So now, even though we have not seen this man is just going on a rant of attacking Dr. Umar. Why? Because of his health. There has never been a correlation between how skinny you are and how knowledgeable you are. There has never been a correlation to become between how fat you are and how dumb you are. The correlation is only is bad health. Ain't nobody perfect. So when people say, "Oh, he's undisciplined," in order to be a glutton is to have the chest of a woman, that is nowhere in the Bible. That is nowhere in Quranic scriptures. That is nowhere in. But what will happen? You get too fat, you can have fat breasts. But why are you attacking the messenger and not the message? And the reason being, people want to attack Dr. Umar and not the message is because they have a way in. Ain't nobody perfect. But I'm gonna finish breaking this down. And this is just how black men, we are not attacking the message of what he's telling us, the fruitation of the future, of telling us to get in line, about having respect for each other. Now, it doesn't matter if you're fat or skinny. If you respect me and you have a good knowledge and a good sense on your a good mind, I'm gonna listen to you. No matter if you're fat, skinny, large, small, independent. But people are attacking Dr. Umar because of his weight, which is ridiculous.
Use intoxicants. Be clean, clean of mind, spirit, and body. You don't hear Umar doing anything.
He says, be clean of mind, spirit, and body. Now, he's trying to attack Dr. Umar because he is saying that Dr. Umar is fat and out of shape. But when God tells you to be solid and of one, he says, be of on one accord, one mind, one body, one soul, right? That means you discipline yourself. Now, everybody will fall short of the glory. But if his mind is disciplined, if his language is disciplined, and what he's saying is reaching those with benefits, with benefits, it's sad. It's sad.
Yeah, that? Because if you look at Umar's body, does Umar live in a healthy body or does he live in a fat body? Dr. Umar is Chris Christie. He is the fat governor of New Jersey.
What does weight have to do with you governing the people? That's a personal issue. That is a personal issue.
Running for president. How can you manage the people when you can't even manage your calorie intake?
Now, this is where it's going to get tricky at. Because you're asking if somebody can't manage their weight, then definitely they can't manage the people. If that's not the farthest thing from the truth. But then you want me to sit up here and listen to you because you're skinny. Let's see what he has to say.
As you see me, trim, young, slim, fast like a greyhound, I'm immortal. Of course they hate that. They want some.
Any man of sound mind, body, and soul would tell you I'm not. He wouldn't say he's an immortal. Now here it is, a man trying to slander Dr. Umar, but yet he's slandering himself by calling himself an immortal, saying that. What did 50 Cent say? 50 Cent said, if all you have to show is your ontological makeup, is your persona, if all you have to give is your persona, you gonna do some hoe shit. Meaning, if all I have to give is my appearance, my looks, the way I dress, that's all I have to give, I'm gonna do some hoe shit. And that's what this man is going off of. He's saying that I'm trim, I'm slim, I'm fast like a greyhound, I look good. What does that mean? What does that mean? Because a lot of slow children that are slow and mentally challenged are skinny. And I'm not saying that all skinny children are slow. I'm pointing out a fact that if you were to take the mentally challenged children and adults, you will find that most of the mentally challenged are within the range of being skinny, malnutrition, or whatever it is. But he brings that up as if that's gonna work for to be a leader. That's what it takes to be a leader.
Fat fool leading you. I don't trust fat people. It's ridiculous. Like, bro needs to start managing his goddamn waistline before he starts trying to manage the affairs of black people. How could you trust a man that is effeminate to be good?
Here is a dude talking, and he called Dr. Umar feminine. Now, let me show you what this dude looks like. The one on the top. If this dude don't look, they both look feminine. They both look on the DL.
Gluttonous is to be undisciplined. To be gluttonous is to have the chest of a woman. You trust a man with titties? You're not using toxic.
It's a shame that how this comes about for Dr. Umar. Because it's your own people that does things like this. It's your own people that sits back and wants to destroy you. Now we're gonna get into him versing his daughter. But before we do that, it's that time again. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know who it is. Hey, it's your boy Pharaoh the God, always on the job. I got 5. Let's talk. As always, real talk. Them buttons ain't got no teeth, so just go ahead and reach. Support the channel, support your boy, and above all, support the movement. I appreciate y'all indulging today, being here. For those that will be here, and for those that will indulge, I appreciate you, salute you. I just feel the need that to speak up for a black man, but at the same time, recognize his faults. Because a man, if you want to talk about the characteristics and the flaws of a man, why have we never talked about not Harriet Tubman, Rosa Parks? Rosa Parks was catching the bus to and from work, but her husband had a car. Nobody speaks about that. So if you, and to me, women are picking things just to have something to have banter about, something to bicker about. And that's how women of today are. All they do is complain. Nothing is perfect enough for these women. You can't be. And like I said the other day, if the black man is so messed up and so foul, how come y'all not marrying white people or Mexicans? It only can be 2 solutions to that. Either they don't want you or you don't want them. Either you're not of their caliber or they're just not fucking with you. And it seems like since the black woman always wants to degrade and to denote the black man, That's cool. Go on over there where you think it's more better at. Go over there and get tied up in the basement and chopped to pieces. Go on over there where your lungs and your heart and your kidneys and everything get took out of you while you're still alive. Go on over there. These same women that talk so bad about black men, why are y'all dating black men? For these women, for Dr. Umar's daughter to talk so bad about Dr. Umar, I'm pretty sure you dating black women or black men. So what is it that you really have a problem with? It's nothing you have a problem with. You just want to complain about something. Now, granted, you have been wrong. Granted, you've been wrong. Granted, your father wasn't there. But let's be honest. What is the motive for her talking bad about Dr. Umar now? Riddle me that. Riddle me that. Because I can't see a daughter that was born in 2004, grew up with social media at 16, 17, you're doing whatever. To me, from the way the girl looks, wasn't like she was a honor roll student. Doesn't look like she was a productive citizen, meaning she was not a role model. She doesn't look like a role model. Correct me if I'm wrong. But through the ages of 14 and 22, it took you to the age of 22 to get on social media and to cause ruckus with your father. You ever asked your mother why? Have you ever asked your mother what was his problem? Have you asked your mother what was her problem? Why Dr. Umar wasn't allowed to see you? Have you ever asked yourself any of those questions? Have you ever asked yourself that maybe my mama was full of shit? Maybe my mama was on BS. But these are questions she's not going to tell us that she asked herself or answered herself. Because if you're 22 and you're just now getting on social media, you're trying to lead me to believe that you just found out this is your father and you didn't know this was your father at 14, 15, 16 when you had Instagram or when you had Facebook or whatever it is. You can't tell me that a female with so much toxicity in her vocals, it just seems like to me, why now? And it may seem like, oh, he going hard on Dr. Umar's daughter and all this. No, it's not the fact about going on hard on Dr. Umar's daughter. The fact is, we all make mistakes. We are not no prophet. We are not Muhammad, peace be upon him. We are not Jesus, peace be upon him. We are not Moses, peace be upon him. We are not Aaron. We are not none of those. May Allah be pleased with all of them. We ain't none of them. But then the black man always has to be the unicorn. Why? Why does the black man always have to be the unicorn? Why does the black man always have to be the one that has to always be right day and night? Well, what about the woman? Hey, y'all know what it is. Y'all know who it is, though, man. Shout out to T, man, for tapping in, man, and indulging in the program today, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for sliding through on this today's episode. But when you look at these females today, you look at is what can you give to me? What can you buy me? What can you give me, and it's not even about buying my love. It's about what can you give me to hold my interest? What can you do for me to hold my interest? That's what this is all about nowadays. These black women, and I know I'm gonna catch a backlash, but these black women today, they are always self-centered, selfish, and most of them are not even self-reliant. They're either on the county, they're having sex for $40, they're begging, they're scheming, they're scamming. A lot of these women that put themselves in these positions of, a nigga better give me 2 million before he think about talking to me. These are the women that will start a war and start toxic problems because their needs are not being met. It has nothing to do with the truth because their needs are not being met. This girl should be asking her mom and blasting her mother as well for Dr. Umar not being in their life. And that's not taken away from Dr. Umar not being in their life. Both of the parents need to be blamed. But just because this female is blaming her father, Dr. Umar, it's all right. And we forget about the mother's indulgence. We forget about the mother's play in all of this. Nah, we can't do that. Facts, T. Facts, T. She should have kept it off the internet. Me personally, little band man, yo, what up with it, man? Tap in, tap in, tap in, man. I see you up there. You band man, you tapped in on the private chat. Um, how I do that though, man? Oh, okay. I see you. 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 Oh.
Okay, bit.
Hey, got my boy up here, man. Original mind, man. Little band man. What's good, man? Tell me something.
Appreciate you, gang. I appreciate you for letting me up, bro. Hey, you know you can make my icon. They got a way that you can make your icon kind of big, and then I'll be at the bottom type shit, so you can still have your, have the platform and shit and talk your shit, but I'll still be down
Nah,
here
man.
type
You know I
shit.
don't be tripping about that, man. You know I don't trip
Yeah,
about
okay,
that. We
nah,
all
for
equal
sure.
when it comes to this, man.
Nah, I
Yeah,
know we all equal. He said ain't nobody bigger than the
yeah,
program. Nah,
man.
I know. I'm already knowing,
Yeah, I
but
don't be wanting nobody
you
to
might want
feel
to do
like,
your
you know how
own.
I get.
I'm just considering. I'll be like, shit, this nigga probably be wanting me to do his own little podcast shit, and I'm always popping up, or you know what I mean?
Nah, you good. That's what it's all about, man. It's all about, dialogue and conversation and making people feel comfortable, because some of the things of how we do it, wanting to be big
100.
dog or wanting to be seen in a certain light, even though that it's good to be seen in a good light, but the way we go about it, it becomes unprosperous. Like I may, I'm not saying this is true, but I may have somebody down at the bottom on a small circle. I'm probably not even letting him get in all the time, right? Because I want to be the face of the organization or whatever, right? But without y'all,
Right.
it ain't gonna be no
That's a
me.
lot of people down.
Without y'all, it ain't gonna be no me.
Facts.
So I want
I'm glad
everybody
you know
to
that. I'm
feel
glad you know that. I got
that.
five. Cause then that's how you, bro. That's how you really make it to the top. You can't get to the top and be like, man, fuck them niggas. Them niggas supposed to do that. Them niggas was supposed, man, fuck that shit. Them niggas wasn't supposed to do nothing. Them niggas supposed to stay black and die. That's all. That's it.
Hey, give a shout out. Hold on, man. Let's give this shout out to Same Day Parlay, man. First time coming in, indulging, hitting the comments, man. Subbed up. Definitely appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it. Salute, man. Man, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend. Share, like, and subscribe. Don't hide. Them buttons ain't got no teeth. So go ahead and read. Support the kids, support the channel, support the movement. But let me ask you this, man. How do you feel? Are you up on the situation with Dr. Umar and his daughter?
Nah, you gotta fill me in on that one.
Basically, it's sad to say that it's an everyday occurrence of, a father either being ousted out of the family picture or he's forced out of that family picture. What happened was Dr. Umar had a daughter. Um, I don't know how long he was in her life prior to her being born or after her being born, but the moral of the story is he was never in her life. She's 22 years old now. She's getting on social media. She's ranting and raving. She's degrading him, denoting him, saying that he's a bad father just because he wasn't in her life. He has other children that he was in their lives, and she's saying that basically he threw her to the wayside. But where does it come in that if you could blame your father must have been doing something that your mother didn't like, and your mother must have been doing something that your father didn't like. So where is it that these women are only calling out Dr. Umar for not being there, but yet are not calling out her mother for being there and still growing up in the toxic behavior that she says that you feel me? People say, I'm gonna put it to you like this. Oh, I could do better by myself. And that's what a lot of these black women think. Oh, I could do better by myself. I could raise my kids by myself. I could raise a boy by myself, right? But we all know it takes two parents. Now, one parent steps off because they don't want to deal with the everyday nonsense. Now the child grows up, becomes 22, and now the child is talking mess about the parent. How fair is that to the father? Okay, bet. I didn't even, you feel me? I don't feel that none of that is fair to the child nor the parent. The parent on both ends needs to take responsibility. The mother was an active parent in her life, but yet she's still getting on YouTube, Instagram. She's getting on any platform for somebody to listen to. And this is why I say it's all about her. It's not really about amending. It's not really about amending the situation. It's about dragging Dr. Umar down, making Dr. Umar look bad. But the thing about it is, if my message is pure and clean, why are you worried about my personal life? That's like, I'm going to be honest. That's like James Baldwin, a great writer during the Renaissance era in Harlem. Great writer, outstanding writer. But he was a homosexual. So because he was a homosexual, an open homosexual, I shouldn't read his literature. His literature wasn't based on homosexual activity. His literature was based on the advancement, mind, body, and soul for the black people. Sometimes your personal life can affect your worldly life, but it shouldn't. We don't know if Dr. Umar's baby mother, child's mother, was very too toxic. And I'm going off of how the daughter is reacting. Now, it was a female that said basically, um, I was taking Dr. Umar's side. Uh, to a degree, I wasn't having no compassion. Um, she said she looked at me with the side eye from now on because of how I perceived the situation. Now, this is another thing that's what's wrong with black people, and especially women. If I don't agree with you, why you got to give me the side eye? If I don't agree with you, that don't mean that I'm wrong. But black women nowadays, if you don't give them what they want, you wrong. You on the chopping block. Y'all, they gave the black women all the job. They gave the black women authority. They gave the black women housing. They took away the black woman's right to discipline their child. They took away the right for a family to be raised properly with the man and the woman. And the woman still thinks that all this is okay. The woman is not fighting for the black man in America. The women are fighting to destroy the black man in America. Name one woman that is out here right now that is defending black men. Name it. I'll wait. There are none. And they won't be none, because soon as a black woman gets to bagging or voicing her her loyalty to her black man, she's out of there. She's out of there. There's no difference in, like I said the other day, the white woman doesn't get the power of womanhood. She doesn't. She may get the white privilege, the white specialty, but she is not getting power over a white male. Latino and Mexican women are not being pushed or placed in power over the Latino Mexican men. And even if one of these women do get the position to be over a man, they don't treat men realistically. They don't force their men to feel degraded. They don't down the white man, the Caucasian man. The woman doesn't do that to them. The Mexican or the Latino woman doesn't do that to them. But yet the black woman, she has the power over the male. And what do those that tell her, that give her this power, what do they tell her? If you deal with a black man, or if you have a man in the household, we ain't fucking on you. We ain't messing with you. So what does that mean? That means, okay, you can't have a white man, a Mexican, or a black man in the house. So if you can't have a man in the house and you have natural urges that God gave you, when we talking about sex, now if you can't have a man in the house, what is the government telling you to do? Go out there and have felonious sex. Now, okay, you say, Pharaoh, well, she could find a man that, lives over here and she lives over here and all that's cool. But once the government find out that she's dealing with him, what's going to happen to her? That bitch going to get cut off. She's going to get cut off. So we don't even see the agenda that is being played against us through our own women. We are not seeing that. We are not seeing nothing of the sort. All we are doing is seeing the outcome of how and who and what they can do against the black man. Now, if a female was to come out and say, hey, look, I support X, Y, and third, but I'm not in agreement with X, Y, and third, that would be a different platform. And now I'm only saying all of this because this woman is 22, working in the life, being in the life of social media. You got his attention already. You got Dr. Umar's attention. Hell, you got all of our attention. But the thing about it is, does the message outweigh the messenger? That's what we should be asking ourselves. Does the message outweigh the messenger? Go ahead and little Batman, let same day parlay come up in right now.
All right, for sure. and I'll be in the chat.
All right,
Go.
bet. Same day parlay. Go ahead and come up, man. You got something to say? And let's keep it, respectful. Let's keep it, courteous. Let's not, what I'm saying, banter each other. Let's be, honest and give each other room to speak what they feel. We all aren't always going to agree with each other, but once we are able to communicate, because conversation rules the nation. Once we are able to communicate with each other, then we'll be able to see how and why people think like this. We'll be able to see how can we counter that? How can we attack that? But it all starts with conversation. So parlay, if you want to, man, go ahead and come up, man. There we go. Welcome to the program, champ. Can you hear me?
How's it going?
All right. How's it going?
What up, Five? Man, I can barely hear you. I think there's something going on with my phone. Let me go get my my little Bluetooth glasses. Maybe that'll work. Okay.
Go ahead. I got you. And I want to say, I thank everybody that that logs in, that tunes in, that indulges in the conversation, that indulges in the platform, indulges in the podcast. I really appreciate y'all because, like I say, without me, without y'all, there's no me. And I just really want to bring light and bring thought to a whole different situation for all of us, to where we can start thinking on a different platform for each other. Go ahead.
Let me see here. Ain't even doing that. Mic check. Let me step out and come back.
Go ahead. I got you.
Because I can't hear you. Let me step out and I'll come right back.
Yeah, sometimes, it's always, we have technical difficulties. It don't be nothing but the devil. You know what I'm saying? It don't be nothing but the devil. But yeah, let me know how y'all feel. Let me know how y'all feel about Dr. Umar, how y'all feel about the daughter and how the things that they going through. And if not just that, let's just talk about some topics that are, floating through the mind, just come to mind. But, just keep it brief and, make sure you bring clarity with it. And when I say clarity, I mean, take your time to speak, to gather your words and gather your truth. I don't want you to be trying to cram it all in. Take your time, man, because that's all we got. But I just feel like Dr. Umar, and let me say this off the dribble, man. Any man that is out there that walks away from his children, and I don't care if you being like I said, I had the experience in my life that to where I could have walked away from my children. And man, I'll get at y'all when y'all get older. But that's not me. Everybody has the right to activate in their life what they feel is righteous. That's on them. That's not my life. But is it right? I mean, is it wrong or is it right? That's where we clarify everything at. He may have been wrong, and he was wrong for walking out, for not trying to clarify or rectify the situation, staying consistent in his daughter's life. We can't say that if Dr. Umar stayed in her life, she would have came out to be a better person. We can't say that. We don't know. You good now?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right.
How you doing today, Five? What's going on, man? The same day parlay coming out of Detroit,
family?
man. How y'all doing today? I just stumbled upon your content.
Okay, I appreciate
that. Just stumbled upon your content.
I appreciate it. How do you feel about the things that's going on with Dr. Umar? Do you feel like he's a leader, or do you feel he's the Messiah that shouldn't have anything? He should have no fallibles. He should have nothing wrong with him. How do you feel?
Man, Dr. Umar is a curious case. I've been watching Dr. Umar for a long time, maybe maybe like a year or two. But then I found out that he been doing that for at least 10, 12 years. You know what I mean?
And what's that?
Trying to get that school open, talking about Pan Africanism. You know, trying to get the people to come under on code, like my boy Tyreek right now. But see, I mean, that's my only complaint about Umar is, see, he say everything good. You know, when you listen to Umar, it's kind of hard to disagree with that. You know,
Fact.
no snow bunnies. You
Fact.
know what I mean? I understand because you water down the you water down the race. You know what I'm saying? Even though when a black man have a baby with a white woman, you know, and vice versa, the baby always come out black. So that's why we the
Fact.
dominant. You know,
Well,
we
well,
dominant. You
well,
know, it's just that.
well.
Go ahead.
I have my own conception of that. Yeah, the baby, they're black by default. You know, only reason being
Right.
because they're mixed with black. Now, if your father
Yep.
is white, and I'm gonna use Bob Marley as a prime example. Bob Marley's father is a Caucasian. He is not
Okay.
from Jamaica. He is from Great Britain. He was a slave driver. He met Bob Marley's mother and they had children, but yet and still, Bob Marley's father is a Caucasian. But what do we look at Bob Marley
Wow.
as a black man? Bob
He
Marley is a
black.
black man
He
by
for us.
default because his mother is black. So we're going to accept him and say that he's black. But when it comes down to his lineage, Bob Marley is a Caucasian. But I get what you're saying.
Right.
I definitely get what you're saying. But I wanted to throw that out there for everybody because
That's true.
we are so accustomed to say if you have one drop of blood, you're black. Yeah, we might accept you as being black. You have a white father and a black mother, a white mother and a black father. We'll accept you, but let's not fool ourselves. Just because
Right.
you are accumulated to our side doesn't mean your history is on our side.
Facts. Facts. Yep. That's all I wanted to say was man, that's it. I'm you like 50 years old. I'm out here watching YouTube all the day. You know, when I was growing up, I used to watch 2, 4, and 7, which was like, you know,
Okay.
NBC, ABC. You know, I watched regular TV. So when the cable TV came out, it kind of surprised me. So I
Well,
love
that was
YouTube.
another.
It's free. You know, go ahead.
No, finish. I thought you was finished. Go ahead. My fault.
Oh yeah, I was just saying like I love YouTube. It's free. You know what I mean? You can turn it to any channel you want and find any content you want, you know, for or against, you know what I mean? And I think that like for example, in the last election, you know, I voted for Kamala, you know what I mean? Not because I was down for Kamala, it's just because she wasn't Trump. I was a never Trumper. Yeah, I'm not messing with Trump. So even though, you know, Kamala, she's talking about, yeah, we're gonna get these gays, transgender sexual, you know, I'm like, dog, I'm not for that. She like, hey, listen, we need more immigrants in here. I'm not for that, but you're not Trump. So that's the only way I did it. When I voted for her, I was gritting my teeth. So I come into YouTube
Uh,
afterwards and I look around and I'm like, wow, you know, what's going on? They like, well, Trump won. I'm like, really? Because everywhere I was going on YouTube was saying Kamala this, Kamala that. You know, it was like, you know, you could make your own channel of watching YouTube because even though the world was talking about Trump, I'm just watching pro Kamala content, thinking that
and
Kamala was
and
about to
that's
win.
what.
So I
And
found
I
out.
don't mean to cut you.
Go ahead.
I don't mean to cut you off, but
Go ahead.
that's the when I was in jail, right? And I was going to Muslim services. Um,
Yup.
um, I always been Muslim though, my whole life, right? I was gang banging. I used to sell bean pies on Crenshaw and Stocker. I used to have a ponytail. You know, being in the nation, you had to shave your head. I never did that, but they
Okay.
still let me function with it. But I'm
Yeah.
saying that to say this. He used to be a devil worshiper that used to come to Muslim service every Friday. He used to come to Juma
A
every
devil.
Friday. And I used to be like, man,
Right.
for like 3 months. I'm like, damn,
Right.
bro, like you starting to get on my nerves.
Right.
Like, why is you here? You're not
Right.
even Muslim. He say, man, look,
She don't even be in our face.
he said, in order for me to know that you're my enemy, I have to know what you believe. I have to
Right.
know why
True.
I'm considering you my enemy. So in order for,
Yes.
I'm saying that to say, in order for people to take their eye off of Trump, they have to know why they don't want to have their eye on them. You feel what I'm saying? So when you don't know why when only thing you can say is that's Trump and I'm going against him, you taking your eyes off the prize. You know what I'm saying? Because
Hmm. Hmm.
I'm not saying he was the prize. I voted for Trump, but I
Right.
know he hates
Right.
Muslims. I know that, but I voted for him.
Right.
Just like you voted for
Right.
Kamala Harris, and yet you was on the other side. This is a prime example of you being you and me being me. Your political agenda is not going to stifle or stop my political agenda. You feel what I'm saying? So
Right.
we got to learn how to
Right.
say, you know what? That's Kamala Harris. Why I don't like her. Okay, she was the governor of California. She never, ever sent the police to jail for killing somebody. She
Right.
never, ever, you know what I'm saying? She left people in jail over their time. She denied people their DNA to be free during life. Um, she she only prosecuted the people that blew the whistle on police brutality. She never prosecuted a police officer. So that's the reason why I'm not a Kamala fan. And on top of that, you
See.
was running around hip hop with rappers. You was running around with actors prior to you becoming the attorney general and the district attorney. Prior to all of that, you knew our struggle from the music. So for you to get in that position and then to do a complete 180 and shit on us,
Right.
I would never believe in them type of people
Yes.
again. And these are the reasons why we
I
have to know who we're voting for and we have to know who we're voting against.
exactly. Yep. I'm with
And
you
it's the
on
same
that, brother.
thing.
I
It's
mean,
the
for real.
same.
Like I said, that last election was just it was a mix of places. It's like I don't like Trump. I don't like Kamala either, because I can tell you she not FBA. She not me. You know what I mean? When you out here cooking greens in the tub, I never ever. I don't give a hell how many. And you know we got big
Come
families.
on, bro.
When the hell
Come
did
on,
my
bro.
grandma ever
How many?
did that?
Come on, bro.
Like
That
never.
is somebody
Like
that is
never.
somebody that wants see, and this is when it comes to there is an agenda, and we need to open our eyes and to even see that there is agenda. She's telling you that she was asked to cook greens by so many people that she had to wash them in the bathtub and use a little bit of toilet water on it for seasoning, right? Now, hold on. Now, here it is, Dr. Umar's daughter. She's 22 years old. She grew
22.
up with social media, meaning she knew who Dr. Umar was. She can get into contact with Dr. Umar at any moment through social media. She waited until she was 22, or somebody else waited until she was 22 to come out and attack him. That's an agenda. Because if this is your father, you would be crying about him not being in your life. You would be shedding tears.
Right?
You would be hurt. She's not doing none of the
Yep.
sort. So, therefore, that was an agenda for her to come out at 22 and to attack the way she attacked. That's an agenda. Somebody put her up to that. Kamala Harris. We as black people know, don't nobody cook no damn greens in no bathtub and sprinkle no toilet water on. Who in the right mind is
She should
drinking toilet water and said that needs to go on greens? Ain't nobody
look,
doing
look,
that.
look, Five. That right there, she should have known that nobody really was like, "Ooh, that's a tail right there," because we don't do that.
Everybody knew.
We don't do that.
Everybody knew. So it was when you listen to people that's not, how do you listen to the devil talk about God? You can't do that. It won't happen. So when you see somebody say, "Oh, I'm 22 and I come straight to social media and I attack my father," somebody is behind them. There is
To that,
agenda
put her up to
behind
that.
that. You feel me?
Hell yeah,
Now,
Five. I
if
like that, man. That's what I be here about, man. That's what I'm here about. I love that conscious talk,
salute.
boy, and that's where I be spending my time over in the YouTube. I watch you. Well, I'm gonna start watching you like every day now. So I mean, I'm looking for more content. I looked at your page. You already got 7,000 people, so that's good. You know, usually when I pull up, they be probably like on their 300. But I mean, look, we
Yeah,
can always
me,
come and have a conversation.
yeah, me personally,
Go
it's
ahead.
more. See, for me, it's I don't know what people want to think. I don't know what type of agenda they want to go into. But I know I want you to have an open mind when you do make your decision, whether it's political, religious, or just everyday life. I want somebody to be like
Hip hop, you
hip
know,
hop,
whatever.
whatever it is, to
Always
have a
have an
clear
opinion.
understanding.
Yep.
And as long as you have a clear understanding, more than likely you can have a clearer outcome.
My man. If I was talking about something I ain't know about, I probably just listen.
Sometimes, man, sometimes listening is better than talking. The smartest man never said nothing, you know?
Hell yeah,
Um,
hell
and I
yeah.
think that's why another reason why Dr. Umar doesn't really engage in the banter, because when you arguing, you make both of y'all look like fools.
For
Both of
sure.
y'all are just arguing, y'all going at each other's neck. None of y'all are trying to find a solution to the problem. Both of y'all will becoming a problem to the solution. And even though I'm talking good for Dr. Umar, he's a good dude, he's always preached Pan-Africanism, he's always spoke the truth for us. Um, but for him to consciously walk away from his daughter, for him to consciously walk away from the relationship, from the soil of helping that plant grow, he's at wrong.
Right?
He's at wrong.
He
But
is wrong.
we
He is
can't just look at his wrong though, especially when his wrong
right. It's gotta
becomes
be we gotta look at
blown
the
out of
whole picture.
proportion.
Mama did something wrong. He did something wrong. Baby did something wrong. They all wrong. But then
Facts.
again, like I wanted to before I came up, but this is the point I wanted to make is okay, now, as a male, you the dominant in the family. Aren't you the head of the family? Are you the head of the family, being the male?
But nowadays, see,
Can you be a Rolling Stone?
this is where the problem comes in
Can
at
you be a
though,
Rolling Stone?
parlay.
Go ahead.
This is where we look at each other. Me and you may look at the black man in the family as the leader, as the
Right.
I wouldn't say sole provider, but as the leader, as the nucleus
The leader
of
of
the
the
family,
family.
the leader of the
The
family.
leader of the family.
Nowadays, these black women will not allow you to be the leader, because in order to be the leader, you know what that sends to them? He controls me. I
Right.
gotta do what he's, and it's none of
None of
that.
that.
God says
Right.
that he made man and woman of the same, but one just has more strength than the
Yeah.
other, and that's the man, so he can protect the woman. But the
Right.
woman won't see that. The
Yeah.
woman wants to be the man, and she wants the man to be the
Yeah.
woman, and the man won't be the woman. So
Like she
now
said,
the woman
she
is
can do
thrown
all
in
bad by
disarray.
herself. She can do
You,
bad
you,
by
you
herself.
you're
That's
gonna
why
do
she
worse
feel
by
I
yourself.
can do you and him. But she cannot raise a man. She cannot.
A
And
lot
like
of
she did
times,
raise a
it's
daughter, but a daughter need a father. You understand?
I
Because
don't
see, look, remember, go ahead.
I don't really, and I'm gonna catch some backlash for this. I don't look at her mother as raising her properly. I don't. I don't.
Okay. Yep. Yep.
Um,
Yep.
the way she is on that platform screaming and talking bad about her father, she is showing
Right.
no respect for men. She has no respect for
Right.
men. She's not, I could see in her that her mother talked bad about Dr. Umar all her life. And that
Probably.
is also
Probably.
that's what's fueling her anger. But the way she's going about her anger is going about it all in the wrong woman way. All of it.
I hear you, but see, like I'm looking at it like this: like the baby girl is 22 years old, so She already seen everything she needs to see for herself. You really can't manipulate none of that information. It's like mama can say what she should say, but if daddy came around and took her to the damn zoo and bought her some damn ice cream, you can't turn me against my daughter. You understand? She gonna know that when my
And
daddy
that's
come,
where
I'm about to be straight. Right. So
and
that's where I'm
that's
on. It's
where
like,
I
listen,
blame.
even though everybody messed up, Umar messed up on his own, really trying to be on YouTube, okay? Out here on every other country, when he got a little girl at the crib that wondering about him, and all she got is what her mama tell her, and that's his fault, bro. Like me and you both
But I
fathers right
mean,
now. Me five. Me and you both fathers right now. Ain't not one of them out of our loop. Now I don't know how many kids you got, but I only got one, and I'll be. Hold on, my dog's barking at something.
I got you. Go ahead. Go ahead. I just feel when it comes to Dr. Umar, there's a certain amount of structure that needs to be placed on the situation. For one, we don't know the relationship and how strenuous the relationship was between Dr. Umar and the child of his mother. I mean, the mother of his child. We don't know if Dr. Umar actually tried to see his daughter and was shut down by the mother of his daughter. We don't know that. What we can go by is by two things: what the daughter is saying and how Dr. Umar is reacting. The daughter is
Right.
saying she's never been there. So if you have a child and you don't go see about that child, you're not enlisted in that child's well-being, that's your wrong. But then we can't blame somebody that is not able to be in the child's life. Dr. Umar did say, and this is what we gotta zero in on, is because we are only looking at what the daughter says. Look at what Dr. Umar says. He says that tell your mother, me, you, and her can sit down and finally tell the truth in the entirety of this situation.
Right.
Why hasn't the daughter
Right.
come out and said anything about her mother in a negative way? How come she
Right.
hasn't
Right.
came out and said, well, my mom? So you telling me all this hatred that you have for Dr. Umar, it just came out of nowhere and your mother never put nothing in your brain? Your mother never got in your brain like your
Probably
name?
did.
She did.
She probably did.
She
She
did.
did. But
Because
I'm
you got
just
to
telling
check
you
this.
that whatever
Hold
mama
on.
was
Wait.
saying.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. She was born in like 2004, 2005. If she was born in 2004, 2005, she grew up with social media. So if her
Right.
mama was telling her who her father was, if her mother was telling her her dad wasn't about nothing, a child automatically that has that free access, that has that phone, they gonna get on that phone and say, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying, my dad, I want to go see my dad. So somewhere
Right.
along that line, she was not able to do that. And I don't think that it was just because of Dr. Umar. It was because of Dr. Umar not calling, and it was because of the mother not allowing the daughter to have communications with him. And I feel like it's both angles. But I do want everybody to know that Dr. Umar is totally wrong from walking away from his responsibilities. No matter how hard the responsibility is, no matter how hard the uphill road is, this is your child. This is the future. And just like
Just
you
your
didn't want
baby.
somebody to drop the ball on you, you don't drop the ball on
Right.
somebody else. But also,
Exactly. Because of that relationship between you and the mother, that right there don't have nothing to do with a 22-year-old daughter. That's what I'm saying. Like if that girl had been 13, now we could talk about mom, dad, and baby. But you 22 years old, you might as well just whatever relationship you had with your mama, with the baby's mama, it's gone, finito. That was 22 years ago. You need to go ahead and concentrate on your daughter and make sure that your
yeah,
relationship with your daughter is solid. And it's not. And the reason I can say all this because
You're
Dr.
22
Umar lived
years
his
old.
life
If the
on
man,
yeah. Go ahead.
I'm saying you're 22 years old. If you haven't had or he hasn't wanted to be in your life right now or trying to be in your life right now, fuck him.
Right,
Fuck
right,
him.
right, right.
Because
By now,
if
22.
you telling me, if you telling me you 22 and he still ain't trying to fuck with you, that means he don't give a fuck about you. Why is you on the internet?
Sad.
Let's be real
That's sad. Yeah,
here.
he shouldn't be on the internet.
Let's be adults here. Let's be adults. If an adult tells
Yo,
me they don't want to be around me, I'm not gonna get on social media and blast this adult around the world. Cool, we not cool. That's what it is. I don't talk
I
to my
just, I
father. Do you
mean,
see
look,
my do you see me getting on here and oh F my dad this, F my dad that, he's drop out. I don't fuck with him and he don't fuck with me. It's that simple.
your daddy still alive? Fab? Your daddy still
My dad's
alive?
still alive. Hell yeah.
And he don't come around?
Man,
You should
but
feel
it's
something
so
what she
much,
feel
bro.
then.
Like
You should feel what she feel then.
I
Because
don't
that
want to
ain't no
put
excuse. You
my
got kids,
personal,
five. You got kids.
but
You
look,
got
yeah, I
kids.
got two of them. I got two boys. I got two
Okay, now
boys.
listen. Even if they got two baby mamas, I don't know your situation. You ain't got to say it. But even if they got two baby mamas, are you in both of them babies' lives?
I'm in both of my child's lives. They have one mother. Um, and
Right.
me and my sons is great. Like it's so much
Right.
I had to endure. It's so much
Right.
sleepless nights crying, not seeing my son. My son's being
Right.
withheld from me, being blocked from their phone. It's so much I had to go
That's
through
not good.
that at times
See?
I was just like, you know what? I just want to give up and say, forget them kids, forget they mama. And when they get older, if they want to have a relationship with me, they can have a relationship with me. I wanted to do that. But
Right.
me as a black
Right.
man,
Right.
knowing what I didn't
Yeah.
have growing up, I wasn't finna get that to my
Yep.
kids. I was
You about
gonna
to do that. You
endure
wasn't about to do that.
everything I had to endure for when they grow up, they could say, my dad did everything he
Love
could
me.
do
Yep.
to let me know he
Yep.
loved me and
That's
he
all.
wants to be in my life. So when they get older, they gonna be like, man, that's my dad. He fuck with me. But me and
Five.
my kids, we
I ain't out
always
here
been good.
talking about every situation is perfect. Sometimes it don't work out. All I'm gonna tell you is that you slept with her. That's what I'm gonna say. But listen, after it's all said and done
Yeah,
and this kid come out, that kid ain't had nothing to do with what y'all did in the bedroom. That kid here need to be nurtured and taken care of. More
facts,
than just money. See, my
facts,
man Umar said,
facts,
"Yeah, I paid child support,
facts.
and that's great, and I'm glad she got her money."
That don't mean
But
nothing.
bro, she ain't on social
But
media
see,
for your
that's the
money.
thing.
She on social media for your relationship. That's why she here. Now, yeah, the other look, hold on, five. Now, this what
Hmm.
happened. So this happened like 3 days ago, and it was a bombshell video I had seen by the daughter complaining about daddy. The next day, I see daddy talking about some girl, this and that, and I want to see you and my mama and the daughter and all that stuff. Then the next day, they had her on. She was replying to her daddy talking about some I blocked you and this and that. And then the next day, I seen her on Sotomayor. Now, with Sotomayor, that was a bad interview and a bad look for her because she looked like she was clout chasing. She looked like she wanted to get some social media fame. But I just break it down like this: the reason it's going so crazy and misaplic right now is because he didn't go there and get her that ice cream and take her to the zoo like he should have. If he had did that, we would not be here. I
And I
understand
strongly
that
believe that,
she
brother.
probably let's say it's the worst of the worst that she was trying to block him and she wasn't letting her call his daughter. Fine, I gotta go to court and I'm gonna get my child support, but I'm also gonna get my custody together. Now I remember that when he spoke on this because Umar make a video, Umar got a ton of video. You can watch a video that you probably ain't even seen of Umar. One time I was watching Umar and he was talking
Hmm.
about this very situation. He was talking about this daughter that he had a baby out there, and the mama and her mama, the baby mama and her mama is getting in his way and stopping him from seeing this daughter. This was the daughter he was talking about. This one right here. Now, Yeah, it's bad, and it's
Yeah.
a bad situation. They blocking everything, but you are still the father. You got rights. You got to go to court, and you got to get your custody. He said that when he got his custody, it was supervised, where mama and baby mama was always looking at him. I understand that's a bad day. That's a bad day. But then that's what I would just do. I'll just go over there and sit with my daughter for
But at
30
the end of
minutes
the
to an
day,
hour. Yep.
but you gotta understand though, and this is where I fought Dr. Umar at, is because when you have a toxic significant other, when she's toxic or he's toxic, you have to go down the road traveled by less stress. You have to. Or you could go
Yeah.
down the road that's traveled by all stress. And what I mean by that is
Right.
you could say, hey, I don't want to deal with this no more. The baby gonna be 18. Tell them to holler at me then. That's the that's the easy route. Then you have the route that's over here that in order to see your child, you're gonna be on child support. In order to see your child, the phone might not work that day. It might have been off the hook or something. You gonna get played by this toxic other. But no matter how much you get
Right.
played, you have to be there. That's your child too. So for Dr. Umar to sit up there and say, "Oh, I just paid the child support," it goes deeper than child support. It goes, like you say, brother, it goes to that ice cream shop, that little walk to the corner store, that little, oh, my daddy
To
held
the
my
park.
hand and picked me up in the sun. So that's where I fought
Sit.
Dr. Umar at. But that doesn't mean that Dr. Umar's
It's
message has
100%
been
his fault.
tainted.
It's
Nah.
not. It's not. It's not. It's not. Now look, you're right, because the message that he given about Pan Africanism, like I told you, was good. The only thing that is bad look on that is you got to be a man of integrity. Okay. Now listen, if you go out here and never mention the school, never opening the school, you doing everything you said you was gonna do. But as soon as you say, all right, listen, I want to open up a school for little black boys, I want you to send me a cash app, and they start running them cash apps, and they give you a couple $1 million and the school not there, that's integrity. See, like when I first met Dr. Umar, of course I was a supporter. I'm not today. I chill with my boy Lennon Honor. I know you know about Lennon Honor. That's like one of the most people that complain about Umar on a daily basis.
Yeah.
I think Lennon Honor doing a video right now. But it's just that it's because of that. You got to be a man of
I
integrity.
mean, but see,
Like
when
I
it
said, if
comes,
you never mention the school, you never start taking cash apps, you the man. You right. I right. You right. No snow bunnies. No nothing. I mean, just
but I
chill.
feel like I
Be a
feel
good
like this
man,
though.
and look out for the family.
But you gotta look at it like this.
It's was
I'm gonna be totally honest. When you ask for donations, when you ask, say, I'm trying to build a school, so I need donations, 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 right? I'm gonna be
five. I
honest with
believe in you, man. I'm gonna send you a cash app, and you don't come
you. Now,
through. But you shouldn't
let
have
me
asked for that.
hold on. Watch this. Now I say I need donations, 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 right? Boom. I'm trying
Got
to buy a bigger place, right? Boom. I
yeah.
want to
Mhm.
indulge the people, right? So people sending me cash apps, right? Boom. They sending me the donations. It's two things about that. One is one is this nice dog. One is you have to accept responsibility for sending somebody your money that you don't fucking know. You got to be
Right.
responsible for that. No, now when that money leaves your hand, you I look at it. I look at it like that money ain't never gonna get. I send you $10. I say $7 finna go in your pocket and $3 finna go to the situation. Now that's your fault. That's the people's fault for sending in that money. That's how I feel. Now, also, when you send that money into me and say it's $10, and I use 7 for the program, and I put 3 in my pocket, that's the way it's supposed to go.
Yeah.
Now we all know ain't
It's
nobody
okay.
gonna do nothing for free, but when
Nothing but
you
nothing. Yeah. Come on
are
now.
ostracizing the program, when you ostracize the program for your own personal advancement and gain, nigga, you not no real person. You not real.
That's 10,
So
12. We talking
until,
10, 12 years.
but
We
this is
talking
what
10,
I'm saying.
12 years.
Does that but does that stop the message from being true?
Not really.
I'm
It's
not
just
on his
looking at you
side.
like,
I'm not on his
right.
side. But just because he didn't do that, does that delete the message from having authentic from being factual?
Yeah.
It
Factual. I
doesn't.
like that. I like what you're
You
saying,
have to
Fab. It's all
watch.
legit. You sound
You
good.
have to
That's
watch
why he's
your
still here.
own leaders. You got to watch your own leaders. You got to. Now, when
Right.
people
Right.
are asking for
Right.
money and shit like that to do this and do that, I'm gonna tell you, be aware. Be very afraid that your money is not gonna get to where it's going. We done had centuries in America of people putting these little bitty babies on TV talking about they ain't ate in 9 days. 35 cents could feed a whole family of nine. Nigga, where the fuck that's at? Because I'm trying to live there. 35 cents can feed my
Uh,
family, nigga. I'm trying to live there. That's how you know it's
you right
bullshit.
about that, brother.
Come
Yeah,
on,
man.
man.
Yeah, that
You
was a
gotta
lot of
watch
things
what you
going on in
do.
Africa. Yep. And like I said about the Pan Africanism. So since let's bring it up to speed. So now we over here, we in March, and I had discovered Tariq Nasheed and FBAs around maybe December. And I found out that Tariq been talking about this for maybe 2, 3 years. I finally pull up. When I pull up or whatever, I love what he talking about. He talking about two things. He's saying, Kev, let's get these reparations. And we gotta have to be Pacific because it's a lot of black people out here. So let's go ahead and be Pacific. We're gonna have to cut the Caribbeans, Haitians, all these Africans. It's gonna have to delineate. You down? I say, cool. Well, let me think about this because at first I was always black on black. I mean, I love all black people. I still love black people today. But when it comes to reparations, it's only for the people that been in there. You know what I mean? So
But
what
then
we
you
got
gotta
going
see
is
when you get to talking about when you get to talking
go
about
ahead.
cutting off Haitians and cutting off Jamaicans, like we fail to realize that these are the countries where our ancestors was brought to and was broken. You feel me? Like, and then the ones that couldn't get broken, they basically stayed there. And then we also go into history where the first freedom from slavery was done by slaves in Haiti. You know what I mean?
Hey, yep,
Then you had the people,
yep.
then you had the sister from Africa, the queen that came from Africa and was fighting against the British and all them in Jamaica. Now, when it comes to reparations, I really don't care. Why? Because it is enough black people in America that if we shop with self, if we indulge with self, we would have more money coming in generational wealth than we would doing be by begging for reparations. Because what we're still doing,
Exactly.
we're begging the slave master to give us some money. The nigga already ain't paid us for the job. So why is we still coming back asking the nigga for to get payment? If you got fired today
Right.
and 2 years later they didn't pay you for that last week, you is not
About to
finna keep
pay.
going back and saying, hey, man, I need my payment. You gonna say F you,
Right.
F that company. If
Right.
anything, I'm gonna do a lawsuit. That's how I
I
feel
like
black
that. I
people
like
need
that.
to nigga attack reparations. If they give them to you, cool. Stop talking about them. Stop acting like they really gonna come. Because at the end of the day, you want your people to be better, shop with your own kind. Buy from your own kind. See, people think, oh, generational wealth, that means I gotta have a Lamborghini, I gotta have a 12 million in the bank. No, generational wealth means you can have a little market that's supplying the community. It's paying your bills, it's paying your children bills, and you still have enough money to put into the bank. That's generational wealth.
So,
Anything after
yep.
that is just greed. It's just greed.
Beautiful. Yep. You want to take care of your families. You want to do that and stuff. The reparations thing is that's just put on the back burner. But I would say never stop asking. Don't never ever
No,
stop
I
asking.
mean
You've been asking for 300 years. You're gonna keep on asking for next 300 years until somebody crack and they pay. Now, let's
yeah,
figure
I
out
mean
who
you
gonna get
never
them
know.
when they finally do pay. Yeah, yeah. When they finally do pay, we're
I
gonna make sure
feel
that we understand that. See, they was talking about it was some black people over here already. and they had mixed with the Indians. And when the Indians and the blacks got together, they just said, "Fuck it, y'all black." So that's what I'm saying. There you go, black Indians. And then, which is me. I'm a descendant of slaves. My family came from Alabama, so they was working the fields and doing cotton down there in Alabama, right there. So that's me right there. And then we also say the freed man, people that that was actually freed, black people in
But that
America
goes,
that was still had to go up under that Jim Crow, still had to do what we did with redlining, and still was there when Martin Luther King marched. Then we turned around and said, well, who was there then? They said that
but
my
see, you
man,
have to
that I just learned about, my man, what's his name? Carmichael. What's his first name? Carmichael.
Stokely
Carmichael.
Carmichael. You talking about
Who?
Stokely
Stokely. Yeah.
Carmichael?
So I'm gonna do my little research, and that's how I do my research is on YouTube. I just type in Stokely Carmichael in the search.
His name,
Bam, get the research in
his
my man, see
name
what he all
now.
about.
He changed his name. His name now is Jamil Alameen. No. Stokely Kwame Ture. He passed away, but before he passed away, Stokely Carmichael changed his name to Kwame Ture.
Okay, see, I ain't know nothing about that. I'm 50 years
KWAMETOURE.
old and I'm still learning, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
And
hey, that's what life
I
is
applaud all
about.
my
Life
people
is
to
all
never
about
stop
learning.
learning.
Life is all about learning,
Never
man.
stop learning. Always, I mean, that's why I
If
be
you
around
feel
y'all in my
like
conscious space because y'all all be putting me up on game. And I appreciate that. And look, Five,
it's
I want
each
to
one
come
teach one,
around all the
man.
time, even though that we might be different on certain things. And I just want to say that we can just agree to disagree. You'll never have a yellow match about me because, like I said, whatever I feel, I can't expect you to feel the same way. You know what I'm saying? I can't, I'm not a person that's trying to force my ideas upon you. I respect how you feel about any subject. And I'm willing to tell you how I feel about any subject because I'm a free thinker. And hopefully we can just agree to disagree. We can have many good
I
discussions
know.
and dialogue between this from here on out. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a good ass space or
I mean,
whatever.
that's
Like
the
I
name of
said,
the
I'm
podcast.
FBA. I'm a
That's the name of
Christian.
the
You know, I
podcast.
love Lord G.
If you just see the name of the
What's your name?
podcast,
What's your
man, I
name?
got 5. Let's talk, man. It's
Talk,
not
talk.
um it's not this is an Islamic podcast, this is a Christian podcast,
Right,
this is a
right.
right-wing podcast.
Muslim. You're
No,
right.
this
Yeah,
is I
yeah.
got 5. Let's talk about it. Let's just talk.
I like that.
Conversation rules the nation. If just because I'm not in
Yep.
your community don't mean I can't contribute to the upliftment or the advancement of your community. Conversation rules the nation.
I'm
Even though
all
I
about
may
that.
not agree with
I'm
you,
all.
doesn't mean that because I don't agree with you, you're wrong. I could be the one that's wrong
Right.
because I'm not agreeing. But
Yep.
that's what it all starts with. It starts with conversation. A lot of us smoke marijuana, so that's why I got 5. Let's talk, man. We could iron everything else out when it comes out. But until then, man,
I was just smoking
let
off camera. I don't want to. I don't want to disrespect the space and shit.
nah,
So
you
that's
can
when I
smoke
had turned
on
my
here,
camera off.
man.
I was
You
go ahead and
man,
take my little
listen,
talk.
man, you can smoke on here, bro. You can smoke on here, man. It's called I got 5. Let's talk. If you don't know what that I
No
got
doubt.
5
No doubt.
is, man, I know you don't heard the song, but
No, this,
yeah, man, it's just we here to share thoughts. We here to bring about a different understanding, or just to clear up some things. It's billions of people in the world, so it's a billion different standpoints. We just got to be able to
exactly.
tolerate and understand what somebody is narrating to us.
Right. Just like I was just learning about because when you spend time in the conscious community, even though like I said, I love Lord Jesus, I'm a Christian, I run into a lot of Muslims, you know what I'm saying, Islam. And so I was just finding out that, the nation of Islam and the 5% nation, they similar. They
Yeah,
similar,
they
but
was once one.
they got different.
They was once they was once the same thing. The brother Clarence 13X, he was
Right.
ostracized and disciplined because he would go to the projects and he would teach the youngsters about Islam and about the supreme mathematics. And it was said that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, peace be upon him, may Allah be pleased with him, didn't necessarily like that, or it was other people that didn't like that. So when they told him to stop
Okay.
doing that, he wouldn't stop doing that. And so he
Right.
just broke off and he started the Nation of Gods and Earth 5%. You know,
5%.
but
I'm learning, dog.
um
Learn.
the same thing, like when it comes to Muslims, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he says that the Muslims will go through everything that the Christian went through. You know how you have a million different sects of Christianity, you have a million different sects of Islam. You know, that's just the way that the wall gonna come crumbling down. You know, we ain't no different than nobody else. We have beliefs that other people don't, that people may not believe in. But I'm a student of Malcolm X, and I loved what Malcolm said when Malcolm said, if we just leave our religion at home, if we just leave our religion at home, we would find a solution to more problems than not. Because the thing that stops us from coming together is our religion.
I know. I think that religion will mess you up or whatever. I just want to say that, you just gotta have a relationship with your God. If you got a relationship with your God, because I don't make it to church every Sunday, but I got a relationship with God to know that what He do, and I've seen His hand move in my life several times. And that's all I'm saying. That I hope that everybody praying to the great God. But I mean, it's nothing that we can find out right now because we in the land of the living. Hallelujah. But
I mean,
when we
when
get
dealing with
go ahead.
when dealing with the Lord, right? When dealing with creation, you know, a lot of us say that we don't know if there's life after death, right? We don't know if there
Right,
really is a God. But
right,
Allah tells us in the Quran, He says that look in, look out into the world. You will see signs that you will see signs for those that think, for those that know. So it leads me to think that when somebody says, you know, how do we know about the hereafter, or how do we know there's life after death? You look at your grass. Who else could turn
mm-hmm.
that grass brown, but yet still turn that grass green every single time? How do we got seasons where all the leaves fall off the tree, but the tree is still growing? This tree is still breathing. That is because God could cause death and God could cause life. So no matter what He calls, He has the authority to do that. Now, really what it comes down to is how we're going to live our life. Is how we're going to live our
Right.
life. You know what I'm saying? Now,
Mm-hmm.
if you
That's
want to
really
be
the
a Messiah, if you want to be a Messiah, that's going to be hard. That means you're going to have to be free of care, free of sin, and ain't nobody free of sin. We're all messengers. We're all messengers of a message. And if we stop looking, this is why I say, if we stop looking at Dr. Umar's his little situation with his daughter, does the
right,
message change? The message doesn't change. So even
right,
though the leader, it's like this. Mumia Abu Jamal, one of the Move brothers, he was talking about Huey P. Newton. And he said of Huey P. Newton, he said a leader with no lead, a revolutionary with no revolution. And he was saying that to say
right.
because Huey P. Newton was a revolutionary, but he was still caught up on drugs. He was still shooting up heroin. But does that
Damn.
make his vision or his message invalid? No, it doesn't.
Oh,
Just
it
because
don't.
he
It just
does
make them slow.
drugs, it just makes
Yep.
that's him. You take the message, you
Yeah.
grasp from the message what
Yeah.
you can grasp from the message, and you be a better person
Right.
than what he was. Come on, man.
Exactly.
Come on,
He
man.
got he got the idea, but he can't fulfill it. But if you take
He
it
can't
and
defend it.
you got it, you're not a drug addict. You're not a heroin addict. You might be on some cigarettes.
Fact.
It's still slow. It's still slower. So maybe somebody that be ain't on no cigarettes, ain't on no heroin, he get that. He run. And he
And
run
he
it.
go all the way with
You
it.
know what I mean? Go all the way, bro.
Yeah, and
All the way. You
go
know what
all
I'm
the
saying?
way with it.
Man, I love this
Let me
conversation
let,
with
let
you,
me
Five, man.
let me drop this let me do this intro real quick. Hey, y'all know what it is. Y'all know who it is, man. It's your boy Pharaoh the God, always on the job. I got 5. Let's talk. As always, is real talk. We California Bears, not no California Raisins. We don't do no hating. The buttons ain't got no teeth. So go ahead and reach. Support the channel, support your boy, and above all, support the movement. Man, I appreciate you for rocking
Man,
with us today, man. Please always come back, man. Tell a friend to tell a friend
doubt,
to
no
tell
doubt.
another friend.
Yeah.
Always
Yep.
feel free to whenever you want to come up, let me know. The comments is always
Doubt.
open. Not just for
Yep.
you, but for everybody else to get a more in-depth of who I am. And if you want to send me things to react to or talk about things that we could talk about, follow me on Instagram at I got 5 Let's Talk. It's the same thing, same way you spell it right here, all one word, no dots, no nothing. Follow me. I'll follow back and we're gonna collaborate. I appreciate you walking me
Yeah.
down today, man. And it was very needed. Because it takes a lot for a person to get up here and not to say that I agree with you, but not to say I don't agree with you, but to see where we can go and keep this going. So by you coming up today, man, I salute you, man. I appreciate it, man, for indulging. And may Allah be pleased with you. May He look over your family. May He have mercy on you. And just keep everything the way that you want it to go. Um, but
Man, I just
is it
want to say I
anything
just
you want
made a
to?
brother in Islam today. You know what I
Oh,
mean? That's
okay.
pretty cool, man. The Christians and the Islam, you know what I'm saying, come together. We just want to talk. Just
That's
want to
all.
have some
That's all we want to
conversation. I
do,
appreciate that.
man. We
I appreciate that.
we we want to grow
Thanks so
better in
much.
faith. We want to grow better as humans. You know. So I
I'll be
appreciate you,
back, man. Just
man.
keep on. I already subbed up and put the bell up, so I'll be looking for you.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Man, until next time, y'all take care of each other. And above all, man, take care of yourself. Don't let nobody mess up your health. Don't let nobody mess up your wealth. Don't nobody mess up your thought pattern, man. It's you against everybody. You are in the building. You are your own God. Not saying just work with me. You your your own hype man. And you your own person that could destroy yourself. Don't let nobody else do it. If somebody gonna destroy you, or if you gonna fall down, do it yourself. Don't let nobody else do it. In closing, in recap, I'm not here to side with Dr. Umar. Um, or is there things that with Dr. Umar I just don't agree with? Yes, yes. Um, do I agree for him walking away from his child and leaving her? Um, to grow up without a consistent father? No, I don't find that um God being. But we all make mistakes. We all make mistakes. We all mess up. Just because I'm skinny, don't mean I got the truth. Just because I'm fat, don't mean I'm a liar. We all we all have to be held accountable by the actions and the message we put out. The actions for Dr. Umar, you dropped the ball, you did some selfish shit, and it created this space that you are in today. You created the space that you are in today. Message wise, a man can mess up. A woman can mess up. Anybody can mess up. But what you can't do is lie about the truth. You can't lie about what's supposed to be shared. Now, if Dr. Umar's message was always changing, if his message was always this, and that, and it was always inconsistencies, it would be a difference. But his message should not take a beating for what he did in the past. Now, it's a lot of people out here on the consistency. Hang out with snitches, hang out with rapists, pedophiles, and all that, but yet we don't talk about it. And now I'm speaking to the internet. If you want to tear somebody down like Dr. Umar, go dig up the history of Jay-Z. Go dig up the history of America and pedophilia. Go dig up the Willie Lynch letter. If you want to tear somebody down, there are people that are not non-apologetic for what they did. I think Dr. Umar has endured his fair share of uncomfortable situations. Is he perfect? No. Does he deserve to be listened to? Yes. Yes. We listen to government all day. We listen to politicians all day, and we know they're liars. We know that. We know that they are liars just like we know our parents' names, but we still deal with them. All I am saying is, Black people, y'all give everybody else so many chances. When are you going to start giving yourself a chance and excuses? Like always, man, take care of each other. And above all, man, take care of yourself.